Welcome, everybody, to Too Legit to Crit, a tabletop role-playing podcast made for those of you who request penalties to rolls if it makes narrative sense. Yeah, you got to think about that one a tiny bit.
I'm trying to think if I've actually done that. Like,
I have.
have you? What's an example you've done it?
I did it in Pathfinder where something happened, and it was quite daunting and it was quite horrific. And I went, "Yeah, can I just take the frightened condition?"
Okay, no, that's fair.
Because it made absolute sense.
Yes.
Because, these things happened.
These things happen. These things do happen.
It
is known.
We are back to
English is hard.
Englishing as well as we humanly can.
Yes. Englishing is humanly possible. I just was in the middle of a test or a review for my test tomorrow, and like my internet and everything went off completely, and I'm like, okay. So I'm a little frazzled because then I'm over here trying to get everything up for this show. I'm like, okay, come on, turn it on. But no, we are here. We're loving it.
Yeah, we are indeed. Yeah. So, how have you been keeping? How's your gaming week been?
Busy. Really, really, really busy. So I had a Covenant and Crucible game on Sunday that I had completely forgotten about until last week. So it was really exciting because I always look forward to like playing a game that I'm not running, not that I run a lot of them, but still it's kind of like, oh, yay, I get to play another game. So we did that. It was a high intense game or high emotion game, high intensity.
High intensity.
It was good. It was a good game. Craig joined us, our dear friend Craig, which that was hilarious on all accounts. He's a good guy. And he definitely added a level of, I don't want to say dry humor, but like the stuff that he just kind of flew out of his mouth and then him and Connell went back and forth on was fantastic. And then I ran game this weekend. So I didn't expect the entire session to be combat. But it was. Yeah. And it was the player's fault in a good way. I expected them to like jump in the hole, smash the bad guys, right? And they did every other possible thing that I never would have thought of them doing. Like these giant zombie spider human monsters are underground, burrowing and sucking people into the ground. And then they decide to like cast light on all these trees and basically like herd all of the things in one direction so that they can start like throwing oil down these holes. And I'm just like, brilliant. I love you people. That's amazing. Good. So extra points for creativity for all my players at the table because that was amazing. But it did. It made combat go a lot longer. I am for it though. I'm totally for it. And they seem to like stay engaged and yeah, it's a win.
Awesome. Sounds.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. I don't think I did. It's gonna be one of those days. My brain is not here, y'all.
Nah, I mean, to be fair, it's on brand for us for it not to be.
I mean, true. At least I haven't bit my tongue yet.
Yeah, still very early. I need another clip for this week, so
we'll see what happens to it. What bodily function does Atlas mess up this week?
I don't know. I just expect you to headbutt something now.
I mean, my window is open. I could like
just jump out of it.
Listen. I've thought about it a couple times. There's a roof kind of sort of right there that I don't know if it could hold my weight or not. I don't know if it's a real roof or like it looks like a roof.
So you okay? I need you to kind of go into that a tiny bit. A roof that looks like a roof, but it might not be a real roof.
Right. Yes. On all accounts. You got that correct. I don't know if it's an extension that was built on afterwards, and I don't know how well the extension was built. So it could be a real roof, like a part of the house, and like, okay, it's sturdy. Or it could be one of these like last minute, like, oh guys, we want to do an extension on the house. I put my foot on it and go flying into the floor.
But it's still a roof. Whether it's flimsy and will carry your weight or not, does not stop it being defined as a roof.
I think I'd rather take disadvantage on a roll than risk stepping on that roof, though, to be completely honest. Like, it's one of those, like, tar roofs, too, so it's not like it's not shingled, it's just...
Nah, it'll probably just...
straight through.
No. If it is an extent, they're not normally designed to hold...
I don't know.
human body, as it were.
We'll find out. Pictures coming soon.
Yeah, so that is for our $20 and up tier.
$20 and up tier. I will live stream me stepping out on that roof.
Yep. Okay, so there you go. Get those subscriptions going, guys.
Yep, absolutely. How was your gaming weekend? What'd you do?
Well, not so much the weekend, but the week. It was good. It was really good. Couch ran Fabula Ultima for us on Wednesday. And he fucking knocked it out of the park.
That's good.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Wednesday?
We take it in turns.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So Couch will run Fabula. I'm running Delta Green coming up, and then Fabula again. Couch, great GM. He does a lot of things right, but this session in particular was just outstanding.
What made it outstanding?
He managed to balance a sense of urgency and a pressing of the action moving forward without rushing us. It was because it's a really tight rope to balance, and it's a fine needle to thread, and he threaded it. It was really good. So we had to break into this laboratory, and the previous session, we were just about to do it. We got everything planned, opened the door, alarm went off. It's like, well, fuck, we're going in loud. So we went in loud.
I guess 90% of my games with Couch I've experienced.
Yeah, and it was really good. It had a bit of everything. There was a bit of development towards the end. We did a lot of planning for future sessions. It was a really, really good, intense session. So that was the Wednesday. And then on the Thursday, Abomination Vaults, which was kind of the opposite.
Oh, no.
No, it was kind of the opposite. It's nobody at the table's fault. It's Pathfinder and the system and the type of adversarial play it promotes. It took people like 20 fucking minutes to move from the shore to this little island, which was 20 feet away. And it's like, because they're trying to cover all the bases, and I'm there going, I'm literally not going to do anything. Just fucking get across.
Yeah.
No, because I want to take off my armor. I want to bundle it together. And it's like, stop being so fucking paranoid.
Yeah, as a GM, I'd be like, okay, you do that. Move on. I actually did that last night because I didn't get any long rest between the waves of battle, basically.
Yeah.
I kind of waved a magic wand and gave each player well, I really want to do this, but I don't have. I'm like, okay, roll me something extra and we'll figure out how that applies. It was great. But that's why, in Pathfinder, any game, there are certain rules that I'm like, you're the GM. You are running the game. Change it. Do what you want and make it fun.
Well, I agree with that and I appreciate it. A part of me is like, if a game has to be changed so much, then it's not a good game.
Well, obviously. But I'm talking about, if they're caught up on, I've got to bundle my armor to get at the beach, you bundle.
But it's not. But it's not a rules thing. It's because these games promote this adversarial GM versus players. There's this constant paranoia that the GM is always out to get them. If I'm not 100% specific in what I'm doing, me. If I'm not 100% specific about what I'm going to do, the GM's going to catch me out. And it's like, yes, but at the same time, if I want to catch you out, I'm going to fucking do it anyway.
I was about to say, I don't really think I think that has a lot more to do with culture and the people, because there are games that I know people rant and rave about how perfectly amazing it is, and I get experience that, and I'm like, so I think that also has to do a lot with play style, because what was it? I experienced that in Mutants and Masterminds. Mutants and Masterminds is not built for that. That paranoia is not built into it. But I've had it before. I had a different GM, completely different GM, and I was like, do I have to word for word explain everything, or is the GM going to come get me? So I think that's also a culture thing. I think that's an expectation that's been set by the culture in a lot of different ways, but not the whole culture. It's just sections of it.
I think to a certain degree, but I think the actual games themselves have a lot to.
They can
have a lot to do, because Pathfinder, you're talking about a system where you basically build your character, and your intention, whether it's subconsciously or on the forefront, is to not fail. you build your character to be as optimized as possible, because that's the style of play that the game promotes.
And it might be, but I'm just saying from my personal experience, I've played Pathfinder twice, and like that was very much so not the case. So I don't.
Every Pathfinder game I've played has had some element
maybe
of that.
That's something about you, John.
Yeah, but if it was just as a GM, yeah, I'd agree. But it's as a player as well. I'm sat there with a table of people kind of going, okay, so I want to check this corner of the door because it's like, oh, shut the fuck up and open it.
Yeah.
If it explodes, it fucking explodes. And that is the GM side of me coming out, just kind of going, why are we wasting time?
Doing that more and more. I'm not even sure it's a GM thing. I did it in Covens and Crucible. I did it in Fabula. There are times where I'm just like, press the button, do the thing. Coven and Crucible. The FBI agents came to talk to my character, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll go talk to them. And everybody's like, no, wait, we need to talk about it. I'm like, we're not talking about it. It's going to take an hour and a half out of game time. Like, we're not going to talk about it. But also my character is like, I got nothing to hide. I'll go talk to him. Sure, let's go.
That is something that I, as a GM, really, really put a stop to immediately. The moment people start mettering, it's like, whoa, you're not there. Shut up.
Yeah. Oh, no, everybody was there. That's just it. We were in a group. And
either that
showed
or
up and...
is your character saying that? No.
Right, yeah. But yeah, no, Connell's actually pointing that out too. Like, there are definitely, it's like that phrase, there's two kinds of people in the world, you know? There's the people that want to play the game and have fun, and there's the people that want to min-max and like, Jesus, chill, you know? But that's what I said, that's almost with every game. Speaking of games, I didn't play it, but guess what I bought this week?
What's that?
Finally bought Household in hardcover.
Oh, good for you.
I've had the PDF. Yeah, I've had the PDF, but I finally got it in hardcover. I'm super excited. They're releasing. They're advertising as Household 2. Although I don't think it's a 2. I think it's an expansion because they're coming out with a garden expansion.
Okay.
So, just gonna let you know. I'm gonna be geeking hard over that, real hard soon.
No, I'm interested to see what you do with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of people this week. First of all, as we've mentioned him previously, good friend of the show and supporter of the show, Craig. Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah,
happy his birthday 4 days ago.
He's an old man now.
He is an old man. He's getting on there. But if you want to give Craig a good birthday present, go visit his itch.io page. Get his system, play with it, sign up to his game jam, do something with the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
there's a couple days left. There's enough time to do something. Like,
that'll make his entire year.
Yeah.
And also, somebody else celebrated a birthday is our very own Still Justin.
That's right. I saw that. Man.
He did.
He here to celebrate. I would have thrown cake in his face or something.
I know, but, you know, Justin, come on, hope everything's all right, man. We're waiting for you to come back.
Yeah, we love you. We miss you. Hurry up.
Yeah, nah, you definitely
don't
missed
mind me
here,
to
buddy.
chug the coffee.
Nah, you chug. I've had so much coffee today. Fuck me.
Dude, I haven't had any caffeine. I'm just now chugging my coffee. There's even sugar in it, but it's like where I'm at, it's almost 5 o'clock. So I'm gonna have a rough night. I just realized that. But okay.
I mean, because I did my 12-hour shift today. It's just been coffee after coffee. And I bought a new coffee cup.
Ooh, is it awesome?
It's good. I can tip it upside down and it doesn't leak.
Fancy.
That's been my party trick all day.
Of course it is. This is my Christmas cup. And I didn't intend to grab my Christmas cup. What I did. Actually, no, I did intend to grab my Christmas cup to promote that Fellowship of Fitness has started up season 2 in October. And if you are a nerd and you like tabletop role-playing games or LARPing and you want to join in on the fun. You don't have to be a fitness geek. You do not have to be a fitness geek, by the way.
You don't have to be a fitness geek. No. It will, it's something healthy, for fuck's sake.
And it's fun. It's so much fun. We actually have story writers this year.
Yeah, I'm fucking dreading it, though. I've been getting comfy, just getting a bus to work, and just, I'm going to have to start walking. Mm-hmm. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to that fucking gym. God, I hate the fucking gym.
I'm slightly cheating, because I have a stair stepper and I have a raised desk for work. So while I'm waiting for a phone call, I can just get my steps and my time in. So, gonna walk our way around the globe.
Yeah, we are. We are. I need to figure out, because I've got a route I do after lunch at work. I need to figure out how far that is, just because I'll do my lunch, I'll do the route, and then that's it. So I need to figure out how far that is.
Yeah.
It's I'm guessing it's about a mile.
Really? That's not bad. We in the village have this little...
Oh my God. That sounds so fucking good. We in the village.
We here in the village. No, it's weird. Like,
we in the village murder outsiders.
After what I heard today, I would think so. Like, there was a thing going on outside my window that I was trying to focus on my train. I'm like, do I need to call the cops? Do I need to go get my like LARPing sword and go out and deal with this dude? You would not shut up. Sorry if you're watching this, not that you would be, but oh my gosh. Like, he was yelling and screaming and throwing a fit, and I'm like, who's gonna call the cops? Or do I need to get my sword? Like,
your sword. So is it, when you say LARPing sword, is it like foam wrapped?
No, it's not like an actual LARP. It's a cosplay sword, I should say. I have Aragorn's sword from Lord of the Rings.
Fair enough. I used to have, and I don't know how accurate it was, but that's what they sold it as. It was Vlad the Impaler's replica sword.
Oh, nice. That'd be cool. And I would never use it on anybody. I'm just gonna make that very clear. I do not promote like aggression and violence towards strangers. But I mean, you see a 5'4" Atlas come out, saying like, "Hey, shut up," while she's wielding a sword. It's gonna make someone do a double take. Like, not that I'm scary, but it's gonna make them do a double take of like, "Wait, what did I just see?" And at least they'll stop yelling.
So if you do get arrested, let me know so I can find a replacement.
Will do. Actually, Connell, if I get arrested, let John know.
Yeah, Connell, if Atlas gets arrested, let me know. With enough time, I'll find a replacement. It'll be fine.
That's fine. It'll be fine.
And we need to back up, because you will get arrested before I do.
I mean, that would imply they catch me. I'm really good at not, like, getting caught. I can run.
So you expect to run out of your house with a sword and them not to catch you, considering you've literally just run out of your fucking house?
Listen.
Where did she go? Where could she possibly live? That house she came out of? No, don't be fucking stupid.
No, that would make too much sense. That would make too much sense.
It would indeed. So, speaking of people and speaking of like social media, we've got a couple of things. I know you've got something that you posted to social media. I've got something you posted to social media.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I think that actually chat should go first. Chat had a very good question, actually, and it kind of pertains to earlier. Question: someone replied to one of his posts saying that most people's dislike of punchy games comes from combat. Do you think the combat mechanism do you think the combat mechanics make or break a game?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta... Let's take... I mean, because I can't really say about D&D because I don't play it. I've got no intention of playing it. I'd rather stick pins in my eyes. But...
I have some pins.
I mean, rather than play D&D.
Yeah.
But, like Pathfinder, for example. You've got a third of the game. A third of the entire system is dedicated to one aspect. And one aspect which very rarely moves the narrative along. 9 times out of 10, a combat is filler.
I know this is off topic, but you said Pathfinder, and I was just talking about how much you talk about how much you hate Pathfinder. And I was like, like that Feat Finder app? We should respell it to feat as in like in-game, like skill feats. And all it is like you talking about like how awful it is.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm very clear. I don't hate Pathfinder. I'm just tired of it. I don't see it as a role-playing game. I see it as a board game with role-play.
That's interesting.
With role-playing aspects to it. I see it as a board game.
I understand what you're saying, though, because like I agree. Like Shadowrun, I love Shadowrun. It has to be a freaking good GM to make me want to play it because the combat is so laggy. It's just kind of like... Ooh.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was doing PFS, I was pretty much calculating 1 hour per combat.
Jeez.
And I wasn't far off. On a balanced combat, yeah, about an hour it would take. And if you transfer it into game time, that may have been at the most 30 seconds.
Jeez,
And you've got a third of the entire system, and it is codified in Pathfinder that it is an actual third of the system. Because you've got exploration mode, downtime mode, combat mode. So a third of all the rules are based on this one thing, which will cover 30 seconds of in-game time. That I think the argument of saying that combat mechanics are what people fight against or what people dislike about these systems, and it's 100% true. Blades in the Dark is crunchy as fuck when you come to dealing with building your crew and your reputation and growing within the city. There's a lot of crunch there, but when it comes down to resolution, it's straightforward. It's simple. It's done. I want to accomplish this. Roll me a dice and see if you make it. End up.
So is that how, just saw this, is that how Delta Green does combat?
Delta Green does combat in the sense that you basically, in a way, it's kind of a hybrid. You choose what your action is, but certain actions can mean that that's what you're doing for the round. So, for example, there is an initiative order. Someone attacks. You, at any point, can kind of go, right, I'm dodging. But that's your turn for that action. However, that dodge that you rolled carries you through the entire round. So if somebody else comes to attack you, you are still dodging.
So there is not an initiative, or there is?
There is an initiative that you don't roll for it. It's just based on your quickness. But you can take actions outside of initiative.
Huh.
Right?
I'm very curious to see that in person, because I'm just there going, that sounds like an absolute frenzy mess.
It's getting your head around it is having someone explain it to you. It doesn't seem as intuitive as it actually is. Okay. So you've got an order. You've got me, you've got Connell, you've got Couch.
Yeah.
Creature attacks Couch. He's third in the initiative. Couch goes, right, I'm fighting back.
He doesn't have to wait his turn.
He doesn't have to wait his turn.
Okay.
Creature attacks him, Couch can fight back. And Couch is then fighting back for the entirety of the round. He doesn't get another action, but if anything else goes to attack him, Couch is still fighting back. So you basically declare what you're doing for that round.
That kind of makes sense.
And it doesn't have to necessarily be in order.
Then what's the point of initiative? It doesn't have to be in order.
Because because you can only take things out of initiative when there's a trigger. So you can dodge, you can fight back.
Okay.
But you can't just go, I shoot.
So it's less initiative and more like...
It's an order of things.
Gentle guideline. Like, it's kind of like, this is... Okay.
Yeah, and it works really well. Because everything is quick, and that speeds up the player because it stops the player paralysis. As well as because the players don't have these special abilities. It is just, right, what are you doing? Okay, taking a shot and moving slightly. Cool, done. What are you doing? And it goes through really, really quick.
That's right, because everybody's like normal people in that game, right? Like, there's nothing like...
And because it's not class-based, you don't get these, at third level, I get the chance to hit harder. It's like, no.
So what if someone's argument is like, well, I'm a bodybuilder, I should be able to hit harder? Like, how does that apply in the game?
Your stats should reflect that.
Okay, all right. So you do have the stats to reflect it. It's just not
your stats,
like
your
skills.
Stats reflect
There's no
it.
skills or traits or any special...
Yeah, there are skills. Skills are more important than stats.
Okay.
Because
but
the skills are not stat-based.
Oh.
All right, so for example, athletics, I don't know if even if athletics is on there, but let's say, for example, athletics is not tied to strength.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because like we saw when we learned how to play Bind, it depends. You can choose which stat you would like to use anyway.
Well, yeah.
So just have it completely devoid. You just have a skill in athletics or firearms or whatever. It's not tied.
Well, I mean, there's tons of athletes that strength is not their 4 point.
Exactly.
Like that. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think you will like the system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure you'll like the world, but you'll like the system.
I like spooky shit, so I'm here for it. I'm totally here for spooky shit. But all right, well, we do have some social media stuff. You go first now, because mine's a little bit lighthearted. Mine's artsy fartsy.
So is mine. So is mine. Okay, so what I asked is, let me just bring it up because I've been lazy. I've just linked it. I've just linked the threads thing.
Meanwhile,
so basically,
I'm making pretty little crop shots and
I just copied the fucking link. Right. Okay. So I asked people to give us a brief overview of their favorite character's backstory. I should have specified how brief.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I usually put 2 sentences or less.
But okay, so Inch High Heroes, he has put that Radland is the middle son of a minor noble family in Neverwinter. Squire to his uncle, he was trying to fight with the intent of becoming a knight. After a pitched battle with Luskan raiders, where Radland ended up defending the baggage train from vengeful remnants, he sought reinforcements only to find the nobles of Neverwinter safely watching the battle for their own amusement, his own father among them. His uncle died days later from injuries taken in the battle with the Luskans. Radland, disillusioned at the notion of being groomed as an instrument of war for the entertainment of those in power, sought escape from his station. He stole his uncle's spurs and neglected Warhammer that had been in the family for generations, fleeing the city for Waterdeep. He then took the name Braddock and signed on with the mercenary captain Wicked Grace and her lovely companions. He put the skills he had for 6 years before leaving. He was last seen at the Yawning Portal celebrating his acceptance into an adventuring company with a cleric of Tempest. So that's a backstory.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the word Waterdeep. Waterdeep. I don't know. I just really like it.
I just think they ran out of fucking descriptors. We're going to call it water. What? Water deep. Okay, all right then.
I came up with the coolest name for where my dwarf came from. And I can't remember what it was. It literally was just someone asked me, where have you been? I'm like, oh, and bleh. And I'm like, oh, that sounded really cool. And I wrote it down, but I can't tell off the top of my head.
All right. So our very own Connell, not my favorite character, but favorite NPCs ever made, was the Shroud. His Batman type for monsters and mutants and masterminds. Basically a deconstruction of a well-meaning sociopath who believed the justified means. Made up his tragic backstory because he knew people would accept it as a justification for his vigilantism. His decisions to groom child soldiers. I love
Child soldier. That game fucked with my head. That you want to talk about head cool. God, ooh. So we had gotten so in character that my child soldier grown up, right? And at one point, the Shroud asshole character, genius asshole, I can't hate him, love him, basically was holding a folder out to my character being it's up to you. You can look, you can find out the truth for yourself. But she didn't because she knew that's not what he wanted her to do. And that wasn't successful. And that wasn't the right thing to do. Well, weird thing to do. My gosh. Fuck Shroud, but Shroud is amazing.
Okay, so Atlas is having a severe PTSD episode. All right, so next up we got Couch. Tichondrius was a half-elf reject from a full female convent. He was banished for being both born male, much to the despair of his mother. So started to wander, spreading the world of Sarenrae. Ended up in a little village where he met 3 others who were brave enough to stand up to the undead. And my character fucking tortured him.
I'm sensing a recurring theme here.
The entirety of the campaign, it was because I was playing my bard, I was playing Nash, and it was just every joke at Couch's character's expense.
Poor Couch.
It was great.
Yeah, it was great.
A fun time was had by all. And we've got next one by Me1 Stone. My wife's artificer is the twin tween-age sons of a famed inventor who stole their mother's national armor prototype and do battle standing on one another's shoulders.
Yeah.
This is where it gets
that game.
This is where it gets good because I like this next bit.
This
collective age is 26. Personality swaps back and forth between earnest and mischievous each long rest. So it depends who's on top.
Oh my god.
That's brilliant.
Backstory, but I love it.
So as a footnote, they put, I get it, but as her DM, it's a massive pain.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But yeah, I love that.
That's a really cool idea. That's giving me ideas for Fabula, actually. Couch, watch out.
So Couch has also put up about Thomas. we won't take, Thomas is, we haven't finished Thomas's story yet. So I'm a bit reluctant because it could end horribly.
Oh, no.
But Thomas is a doctor who asked too many questions. He was shipped out to the US from London. Being a pediatric doctor was in a lot of surgeries for minors, however, ended up being in a surgery that went downhill. The kid was infested with some weird monster that killed everyone but him in the room for agents to descend on the surgery. They gave him a choice. He joined the agency. That's what happens with Delta Green.
Couch.
He loves it.
He likes being tortured. You like torturing people. It's a match made in heaven.
That's why we're friends.
Exactly. That's literally how that works.
Yep. You know. But I only torture his characters. I don't torture him. No.
When I have a full-grown man come into my stream on the weekends, that's for art, and he's at work, and he goes, "This is the safe place. John can't find me here." I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, because he's talking about his character. We're playing the game.
Oh, I don't know. Fuck Liberator. So anyone who's listening, someone in the chat who will not be named because now I'm angry at him, said that really good background is Liberator.
I mean, I'm not bullshitting, but one day I will tell you what Liberator's whole background is.
I would love to hear it.
In my opinion, it is probably one of the best things I've kind of, yeah, I am incredibly proud of that.
That's
and,
awesome.
Credit to Connell as well, because he was part and we were bouncing off each other. And we came up with this thing, and it was like, holy fuck, this concept is great. And yeah, that's why I enjoy playing Liberator so much.
That's good. Not Echo, wrong character. Halo was one of those things where we're like, I don't know, what should I play? I don't know, what do you want to play? We came up with some ideas, and then I'm like, what if I did this? And he goes, oh, that's fucked up, but that'd be awesome. They're never going to catch on. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So, yeah. So you might find out eventually, maybe someday.
Yeah, one day we'll talk about it. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's your turn to
yeah. So
quote
my
the socials.
question on social media was a little bit of a left field, okay? Because I know that we talk a lot about mechanics and story, but you know me, I'm an artist, right? When artistic people or creative people create their characters, sometimes there's other elements. I know that like some people like myself create playlists and like they have a playlist surrounding their character or whatnot. So I asked, does the color represent your character or our OC? How important is color in creating your OC's personality, or does it not at all? And of course, we got a lot of artists putting in a lot of details, but I wanted to pick a couple of them because I liked the character building concept of them. Even formerly there, this is very interesting because in my story, characters that are similar to each other or related have a common color that shapes their physical appearance. The more a character is different from the other character, the more contrasting. For example, character A is sibling to character B, but they have different personalities with some secret similarities. So character A would have purple in their main color, while character B has only purple eyes. So kind of like teeter-tottering, you know?
Yeah.
Like they share a little bit of a...
Yeah, there is a thread, as it were, between them.
Which I love. I love connecting things really subtly. I'm going to butcher this. I think it's the Zero draws. Their MC Sora's most prominent color is sky pale blue, and Sora also means sky. So my FMC Hina's main color is sort of a deep red pink, mirroring Sora, and her name is along lines of fire. So they had this really cool concept of like the name is actually replicating their color. And then there's one more. Hang on. Where is it? Hang on. Oh, did I not post this one? Nope, there it is. I found it. Okay. So sheep anime. I don't want to ask about the username. So the color is just a way to show particularity of your OC. It will define his environment. Personality is already set by looking at the character without the color. You can achieve that with shape, telling, or accessories that will make sense if you know the lore. So I liked the whole range. Some people were like yes, some people were no. Kind of sit in the middle. My favorite thing to do is subliminal messaging of colors to my character, because even if you're never going to see my character, if it's just describing the character to people, I like doing subliminal messaging, which sometimes comes off a little backwards and different. So like, for example, my current dwarf character, like you think of a dwarf blacksmith, right? People normally think earthy tones or brassy tones, and she's straight up like bright jewel tones, like purples and teals and stuff, and that reflects into different stuff. But yeah. Get colorful, get creative, y'all. Put some thought into your...
No, I like that. I like it. I mean, I don't do, because I'm not very artistically inclined, as it
That's
were.
all right. No, you don't have to be.
Especially not visually artistic, should I say. I should, be specific. So I do like putting little jokes into my character, even if it's only for me. So
yeah,
you met Thalia with my Fabula Ultima character.
Oh my god, yeah, you're diva. Yep.
So she's a diva, she's an enchanter, she's a singer, as it were. So part of what they can do is they can choose a variety of songs, and depending on the pitch and the loudness and the mood of the song, it gives you different sort of abilities. And you're basically looking on a table, but you can select the different elements.
Yeah.
So
cool concept.
without a moment of hesitation, without even looking at what the element powers did, there's like earth, wind, and fire.
Yeah, that's funny.
It has to be earth, wind, and fire.
Yeah.
But that's a me joke. That's something that I'm going to look at every time I see it and go, nah, yeah.
And you have to have those in your character sheets, I think. Like, you gotta have something that makes you giggle or makes you happy to play it,
I mean, most of my characters are, regardless of how serious they are, there's always something that I put in for shits and giggles.
Yeah, Halo's tattoos are mine for her.
In Couch's other Fabula game, my character Edgar is that he is a stickler for rules and documenting everything. So when we were on aboard a sort of airship, anytime someone would come aboard, he would make them sign. Okay, you need to sign in. You need to sign out.
That's funny.
He would do audits.
Oh my god. That's funny. That's really funny. I was trying to remember why the name Edgar rings a bell. Like, Edgar. I think it's Aristocats, though.
Possibly. To be honest, Edgar was one of the pre-gens out of Press Start, the fabulous starter set. And when we did the starter set afterwards, Couch went, if you want to create new characters, do so. If you want to carry on with the character you've got, do. And I decided to carry on and just embellish him in my sort of thing.
Yeah. That sounds cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, so I do like to put little jokes. So not so much color theory, but
little eggs.
But little sort of hints.
Every now and then I want to do like a character that does nods to an already known like famous, like I really want to play Ripley from Alien, but not Ripley. Like I want to play a character that if people really love the fandom, like there'll be little things about her that people like, but not. Yeah. It's like the Earth, Wind, and Fire thing. Yeah,
just little things where people kind of go, huh.
Yeah, no way. But yeah, good stuff. I have so many things that like, so many things, John.
You have so many things.
There's so many things.
All the things. All right.
Like, I don't want to start planning my next games until my current game is close to being done because I don't want to like lose attention. But it's fucking hard. It's so hard because like after level up, I'm probably gonna hit household really hard.
Yeah. I mean, I've got plans as well. As always.
How do you keep from like diverting your plans? How do you keep from like, whatever?
I think you kind of do need a bit of discipline to just kind of go, no, not yet.
Right? It's like such a fucking tease because it's right there. It's beautiful. Like I want to dive into it. I'm like, yeah.
Although, just wait. One of the plans I've already kind of started, and it's going to be an ongoing thing. So what I want to do is tell you in just a second after I just give a shout out to our partners.
Yeah, you shout out to our partners while I murder the chat.
Fair enough. Okay, so 13th Moon Games is a family-run indie game company out of Wyoming, USA that created the tabletop role-playing game Covenant Crucible. It's a game of modern-day witchcraft. If you can imagine the John Wick movies and the last Witch Hunter movie got together and had a really pretty baby, Covenant Crucible would be it. And if you want to learn more, or you're interested in joining the official Discord game, check them out on Instagram. We've got Stefan in the chat. So if you're in the chat and you want to know 13th Moon Games and Covenant Crucible, Stefan, he's there. Speak to him now.
forever hold your peace.
Not forever hold your pieces. Step into a universe where fandoms collide. Welcome to Crossing the Nerdverse, your ultimate portal to all things geeky and glorious. Whether you're into comics, gaming, or sci-fi, we've got you covered. Discover exclusive interviews, epic debates, and insider tips from your favorite creators. Join the adventure at crossingthenerdverse.com and unleash your inner nerd. Embrace the passion, celebrate the culture. Crossing the Nerdverse, where every fan finds their place. And lastly, check out our merch store where you can find t-shirts, hoodies, desk mats, and other items either with our logo, our supernatural inspired waffle on design, or our Moves Like Atlas design. If you want to support us more directly, you can head to our Ko-fi page and make a one-time donation or subscribe to our $3 a month tier, which will give you exclusive Discord access and a mention in our credits, as well as a weekly map that I will put out from my own collection or one that I create during the week. And as always, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button and telling your friends about
doing interpretive dance during that.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the interpretive dance. In fact, that may be a clip.
It might be.
That just may be a clip. Just your clip you doing.
We I'll make this promise right now. Okay?
Yeah. Can you do it right? Because you
right
meant
now.
that. You
right
meant
now.
that. There was
I gotta roll my sleeves up right now.
Okay.
We get to $20 subscriptions. Okay. And I will do interpretive dance segments for the next, after that amount is reached, in a pink bedazzled Spider-Man suit with a boa.
All right. Okay.
All right.
All right.
$20.
All right. Okay. That's you guys. Everybody heard it here first. All right. $20, and you will see Atlas in a pink Spider-Man suit. Yep. Okay. And the pink Spider-Man thing comes from way back. I think the pink Spider-Man comes from my first time in your Discord server.
I can't tell if the guys are fucking with me or not. Sorry. We're talking about Spider-Man, right? And they're like, oh, there's a spider on your wall, which my wall is known for having spiders on it, hence the Spider-Man joke. But no, yeah, the Spider-Man suit joke comes from before we even, I was on the show. I think that was back in the Dad Fest.
I think it was the Dad Fest.
It was the Dad
I think
Fest.
It was the Dad Fest. Where it was, I don't know where it came from. It was just all of a sudden, pink Spider-Man. It was like...
Yeah, I remember what it was. Because I turned pink. That's why. Because I don't have the poker face. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
You were surrounded by all them dads.
That's the theory. But no, pink Spider-Man suit, $20. I'll do interpretive dance for our partnership.
Yeah, and like Connell said, Sexy Onions came later. That was another one.
I remember.
Was a few weeks later. I remember that one.
Stefan's like, I vaguely remember that. He tried to black it out, if we're being honest. He's like, no.
So back to one of the things that I have planned, and I've kind of already started in a way. Okay, so Blades in the Dark. The world that it's set in is a city called Duskval. Without going into too much detail, but suffice to say that Duskval is an enclosed sort of city. So everything transpires within its walls, so to speak. And it is very well fleshed out because it's got all its different areas of the city, but also it's got all its different factions. The different factions have levels, which have also holds, which... is how well they're holding on to a particular level. They've got goals, they've got clocks. So you can run all the different crews and develop them as time goes up. So rather than having multiple cities for every time I play Blades in the Dark, I've got the one. So I currently have 2 tables. One is our Delta Green table. When we don't get enough players, we're going to fall back on Blades in the Dark. They've got a crew. What they do is going to have an effect on the city and the world. Then I've got another one of the Abomination Vaults game where Blades in the Dark is a backup for that. And what their crew does is going to have an effect on the very same world.
Okay.
So that got me thinking, why stop there? So I could have multiple tables, which would be good. I could do that. Or even multiple GMs with multiple tables, all having an effect on the same world.
You're going to love that because we did something similar to that with Mutants Mastermind. Not exactly, but very similar. And it sounded like it was going to be like too much to handle. Ended up being amazing. You're going to love it. Like the multiple parties, the multiple tables, it was so cool. You should, I want to know how that goes.
Like I said, right now it's just I've got the 2 crews working amongst the 40 pre-created crews. But the moment someone kind of goes, yeah, I want to run Blades in the Dark. I've got a crew. Can we take part? Well, yeah, of course you can.
So cool.
And
it's almost like a Blades in the Dark community in a weird way. Like,
yeah, and all they have to do is basically tell me what the result of their session. We don't even need to know the details. It's like, okay, so this crew lost this hold. This crew is leveled up. This crew is now here. And basically, I would probably just go through all the listings and make all the necessary adjustments.
Interesting.
So yeah, I've started, but obviously I would need more people on board. But I think it could be a promising sort of exercise.
That could be fun. That could be a lot of fun.
You know, if you get 10 to 12 crews all operating at the same time, at some point they're going to cross over.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't even have to play it out. You don't even have to get, both tables are going to play against each other. No, it is essentially some other members of the crew that aren't their particular characters.
You got my brain going. I know the couch thinks this is my, like, I'm not paying attention face, but I'm sitting here going like, okay, so if maybe like that had like a layer to it, like, you got my brain going.
Yeah, welcome to my world. My brain's always going.
I have so many games lined up, and it's not like, I want to run this, and I want to run I actually have a timeline. Like timeline is the wrong word. I have a chronological listing of what I'm going to play next. So like I said, level up, household, and then I've got 2 games I have not decided on the symptoms? English, man.
English is a struggle.
I haven't decided on systems yet for these 2 right here. And then I'm going to slip back down into Mutants and Masterminds because, like you were saying, that we have a Mutants Masterminds universe of the living world between, which he actually just pointed out and I mentioned earlier, like different GMs have all impacted the same thing, and I want to participate in it. I'm terrified of doing Mutants and Masterminds though because like it's so good. Don't know how well I'll run combat for it. We'll find out.
I think you'll do fine.
I do fine with like combat and everything else. Like for the most part.
Then why would Mutants and Masterminds be any different?
Because everyone at my table knows it very well. So that like they would be, of course, lenient and sweet and be like, oh no, it's fine. Yeah, probably this and this and this. But like me personally, like Atlas has that imposter syndrome thing of like, oh fuck, what if I don't know the numbers right after that? Or what if I don't realize they're incapacitated? That I was just kind of like, so I do that in my head to myself. Like, it's not my table. They're amazing. It's me. I'm like, I don't know if I can handle the pressure I'd put on myself to do that. So
I mean, to be fair, that's something you need to get over.
I know.
Like, to put it bluntly, get the fuck over it.
I know, but that's the thing is that, like, you know, you play something new and nobody knows any better, and it's great because you're all learning together. You know, you play something that like everybody knows, and suddenly it's like, I don't know.
What? I mean, you know, I guarantee you know better than you think you do. Guarantee it.
Maybe.
I would put money down, and I'm not a gambling man. I would put money down that you know that system better than you think you do. And all that's stopping you now is your own mind.
I might do it. And I might even use it for a holiday thing I want to do. That's a completely different story. For a different
try it on a one-shot.
Yeah.
Just try it on a one-shot and see how it goes.
But yeah, I have a list. How many games do you ever like want to have on your list at one time? Like you're like, oh, I want to play that, or is it like, hey, these 2 things I want to do? Like,
okay, like I mean, obviously I've got my list of systems that I want to try.
Right.
That's one thing.
That's
but
different.
Games I want to run, I've got 2 instances of Impossible Landscapes.
Okay.
One with Couch, Chris, Lloyd, and a couple more people.
Mm-hmm.
Then, obviously, on the flip side, I've got Juicy, Forever GM Justin, Mistress Winter. Yeah, I want to run Impossible Landscapes for them as well. Misfit Playland and North Wolf. So they're the two Impossible Landscapes. That for me is right now my bucket list. Impossible
So you
Landscapes.
just want to, like, that's okay, gotcha.
But then after, I want to run Cypher.
Mm-hmm. Have you run Cypher before?
Very, very, very briefly. I ran Numenera. But I want to do, I think it's called Gods of the Fall, where you play as a character that has been touched by deific power. So you are basically a prototype of a god, and the entire story is
I remember
you
that now.
ascending to godhood. And the reason I want to do that is because in my homebrew Pathfinder campaign, there was a moment where a decision was made. So I want to explore what if the opposite decision had been made, what they'd have done the other thing. So that I want to run. Also want to run my homebrew Blades in the Dark inspired campaigns.
Okay.
So where the world is basically all these little pockets of civilization that are all very different. One of them might be Western. One of them might be underwater Atlantis. The other one might be cyberpunk.
Very cool.
But just kind of run that, but have the underlying thread of it's all going to be Blades in the Dark. It's all going to be tied to that. And I do believe that is my list currently. Next week it's going to probably change, so I'll have another stupid fucking idea.
I don't think mine will change. Mine just get more detailed because I'll be like, oh, I think I want to run like these 5 systems in this order. But then I'm like, oh, but I really want to I want to tell this. Did I say write these systems? Run.
You did write this. Yeah.
Fucking hell. I want to run these systems. And then I'm like, but I really want to run this story. So then I'm kind of like, okay, what system would that fit in? Like, I don't really let myself go too far down the rabbit hole. It's kind of like, okay, I have these 5 planned out. Where does that story fit in? And that helps me kind of stay focused.
Yeah, I go story first. And then I try find a system that fits.
Yeah, it depends. Because, like, for me, I really want to play the household system. So, like, I'm just going to run it. I don't have a story for it yet. I will. But I'm just going to run it. Whereas the other ones, I have stories and I'm trying to go, okay, I think this will fit in Mutants and Masterminds, or this might actually fit better in something I'm working on. So, yeah, we'll see.
So, like, for example, the Blades in the Dark Cyberpunk is because I wanted to run a game based on Young and Dangerous, which is a Hong Kong series of movies about a bunch of young kids growing up in the triads.
That's cool. That's really freaking cool.
And I was like, what system would allow me to play as a gang? Like, wait a minute.
I mean, my brain will always be like, Shadowrun. I love the concept of Shadowrun so much. Someone needs to, Shadowrun developers, get your shit together.
So that's the one I can never get a straight answer about.
Because it's so good. It is so, so good. And then where it's bad, it is so, so bad. Like, you can't even be like, oh, it's okay, but, you know, this. Or, oh, it's kind of bad, but the good thing is this. No, it's like too very, like, I don't know what this is, but this is, yeah.
I don't know. But, so, ladies and gentlemen, the $20 tier. You will see Atlas doing that for an entire fucking episode.
In a bedazzled pink Spiderman suit.
And a bedazzled pink Spiderman costume. I mean, how could you not? How could you not want to give us money for that?
At this point, we should open up a GoFundMe.
OnlyFans. I was watching an interview with a creator that I follow on Instagram. There's this Irish bloke, and he's fucking hilarious. But they were interviewing him and went, "We've heard you've got an OnlyFans. Is that true?" He goes, "Yeah." Because I started it as a joke, but now basically I just tell single women that I believe in them and I want to give them a cuddle. And it's like, I'll do that on OnlyFans.
Yeah, no, what is it? The internet boyfriend is one that was similar like that. He started out on TikTok, and then when he realized how big of a following he got, opened up an OnlyFans, and he basically was just like, "Oh, welcome home, babe," and would like interact. And I'm going, I don't know how I feel about this. This is borderline, like, I don't know. That's like the AI Microsoft. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to get into it. It's not RPG related. It was fucking terrifying. I feel like I'm the only person who grew up scared of Skynet. Like, genuinely.
Fuck off.
Like,
we all did.
No. Because here's the thing. Like, America is reopening the 3 Mile Island, right? The nuclear power plant that was shut down for the sake of storing Microsoft like data. And the reason they're like, oh, it's fine to reopen it is because they literally taught the AI units how to do that. Like, I'm like, stop. At what point does someone go like, hey, this is a good idea? Like, Skynet. Guys, I'm terrified of Skynet. Like, I don't own an Alexa in my house. I have a little Alexa ball, but she's not connected to my account. She just plays iHeartRadio. Like, it's for Bella when I'm out of the house.
So just kind of jumping on something on the chat where they are riffing off the OnlyFans thing.
Yeah.
If anyone saw my Threads post about OnlyFans, I'm definitely interested in doing that.
These are good. Only dungeons where you pay people to play with you. Only Flans, salmonized cooking, only subscription service. Couch, don't joke with me. Like,
mine is OnlyFans where you would pay money just to hear me bitch about stuff.
I don't even know what mine would be.
That could be it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we need an idea for
ideas.
Atlas-specific OnlyFans. Let's keep it PG.
Only words, where I try to pronounce words.
Yeah, only.
Yeah.
We just give you a long list of...
baby, yeah.
We only give you like a long list of words, and you have to try and pronounce them.
You know what's actually really sad about that is that I'm really, really good at pronouncing other languages. English, not so much. English is hard.
Yeah,
only one thought, only one topic. Stefan! Savage!
Stefan bringing in the heat. So, yeah, Stefan in chat is basically giving Atlas a hard time.
I need to go get some ice for that burn.
Cash, but join Atlas's stream on a Saturday and I cook for everyone.
Oh,
well, no, you cook because it's your job, dude.
I mean, true. That's very true. He usually is at work on my stream, and we love it. Sometimes he'll give us like really good shots of a burger, and like all of us are drooling. It's great. But yeah, anyways, I could do only dice, an ASMR channel where I only roll dice and like drop dice and things.
I think weirdly people would make that sexual.
How would they make that sexual?
I have no idea, but people are very talented that way. People would be looking at you rolling dice and just kind of, yeah. Roll the D4. Roll the D4. Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Someone would make it a sex thing.
Probably somehow.
Hands down. But hey, if they're paying the fucking bills.
That's fair. You know, I'll be honest. If they get off on me rolling dice and it pays the bills, let's go.
I'm waiting for someone to ask me to offer me money for my feet.
Oh, no. I researched that because I was genuinely interested and found out like how much goes into it. And I'm like, no, I'm good. That's too much effort. I'm good. I'm so good.
I did come across something unintended. Now, I don't know where I did see it, but I saw something. And it was basically the person giving another person advice about selling pictures of your feet. Yeah. And it was like, you got to top them up a bit. You got to put some nails.
Yeah.
It was like, this is fascinating how much fucking work goes into it.
There's a lot of work that goes into it. It's not just what people think. Only hands where Atlas can draw only hands and lose her shit. That is a good idea.
Fair enough.
It's my chill pill, lumbar pillow, by the way.
Nice. We like it. We like the chill pill.
I need a lumbar pillow, apparently.
To be honest, I'm getting to.
Yeah, I just was done with it. Like, I was kind of like, oh, I'm going to shift. Finally, I'm like, I'm just going to get a pillow. It's fine.
No, that's fair enough. But I do believe that's pretty much all we've got time for tonight.
All
right. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone in the chat for keeping us company. You guys mean the world to us. Thank you ever so much. We cannot say thank you enough. Also, a big thank you to all our supporters. And if you want to get in on that, please do. Please, it helps pay the bills. It helps keep us going, helps keep us doing what we do. Thank you, Atlas, for joining me this evening. Do you want to tell people whereabouts on the internet they can find you.
Yeah, I am on, what am I on? I'm on Threads, and I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Instagram, Atlas Ursa. Atlas like the Titan, not Atlas, Atlas like the Titan, and Ursa like the bear.
Right. All right. So as for me, you can find me behind most of our social media on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can also find me at Natural Juan at dice.camp on Mastodon. You can also find me at natural.juan on Threads. That's where I'm most active. So come along, say hi, introduce yourself. Let's get to know each other. If you like what we do and you want to see more, give us a like, a rating, subscribe, even just tell your friends about us. We love this community. We want to grow with it. We want to see it grow. But most importantly of all, thank you to everyone who's taken the time out of their busy day to listen to two idiots waffle on about tabletop role-playing games. Thank you very much. Good night.